The night after I buried my husband, I came home to find strangers tearing my life apart. His brother stood in my doorway, his voice like a hammer striking steel. "Pack your things. This house belongs to blood, not you." I was still in my black dress from the funeral, and all I could do was stand there, frozen, while his sons carried away the chair my husband loved to sit in every evening. They didn't even look at me as they stripped the house bare, as if I were nothing but an unwanted tenant whose time had run out. For 8 years, I thought I had a place in this family. I thought love was enough. I was wrong. They made that clear the very first night I sat at their dinner table. Every silence when I entered a room, every dig disguised as politeness, every reminder that I wasn't one of them, it all built to this moment. And now, with my husband's body barely in the ground, they told me I was no longer welcomed. I wanted to scream, but the only words that came out were, "He wouldn't want this." The reply sliced straight through me, "He's gone. And you were never really part of us." What they didn't know was that my husband had seen through them long ago. He saw the whispers, the looks, the way they spoke about me when they thought he wasn't listening. They thought I was naive, but Marcus, no. Elias, let's call him that, he was far from blind. Months before he died, I overheard his family planning for my disappearance as if his death was inevitable, as if my life with him was already written out of the story. They laughed about how quickly I'd be gone, how the property would return to them. That night, I told him everything. He listened, quiet at first, and then walked to his study. He came back with a folder so heavy it shook in his hands. Inside was a future they never imagined. He had rewritten every deed, every account, every signature. The house, the land, the practice, it was all ours, tied legally so tight his family could never untangle it. And on top of it all, a letter. 2 pages, written in his own hand, spelling out every cruelty they had shown me, every moment they had tried to cut me out. His words, "If you are reading this, it means I'm no longer here to protect her. But I will not leave her at your mercy. Everything I built, everything I loved, it belongs to her." He knew. He always knew. When he got sick, he moved quickly, finalizing every last detail. Even as cancer hollowed him out, he found the strength to protect me. His family circled like vultures, already making plans for what they thought was theirs. They asked where I'd live after. They whispered about changing locks. They thought I wouldn't fight. They thought I couldn't. The morning he died, he squeezed my hand and whispered, "Promise me you won't let them take it from you." And I promised. So when they stormed my house after the funeral, when they dragged out my memories and threw my life onto the porch, I let them. I stood in silence, my hands trembling, but my heart was steady. Because I knew what they didn't. The papers were signed. The will was sealed. The law was on my side. Every antique chair they carried out, every photo they tossed aside, it all still belonged to me. They thought they were casting me out. But in reality, they were sealing their own fate. Because the moment they tried to strip me of my place, I finally understood the truth. I was never temporary. I was the only one he chose. And his choice carried more power than their blood ever could. Now, when I walk through the halls of this house, I feel him here. The man who loved me more than legacy, more than tradition, more than their approval. His voice is in the walls, in the garden we planted together, in the clinic where he poured his soul into healing. They will never take that from me. I don't share this to claim victory. I share it because people need to understand, family is not always defined by blood. Sometimes, it's defined by love, by loyalty, by the promises we keep long after the person we love is gone, and to the ones who tried to erase me, I'll say this once, you underestimated me. You underestimated him. And now you'll have to live with that for the rest of your lives. Tell me, if you were in my place, would you have stayed silent while they dismantled your life? Or would you have fought back the way he prepared me to?